All right, so let me just all right, I think it's okay. I also hope that the sound is all right. So yeah, yesterday what we did is just to analyze perfect intervals, and I have kind of like dilemma: should I continue with perfect intervals in next key signatures, or should I maybe just continue exploring differences between major and minor? Because although it's kind of useful to test my senses in isolation, I think that certain intervals sound differently depending on the context, right? At least this is what it seems to me. So yeah, not quite sure how should I test my theory or my, so to speak, assumption. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can continue with different scales of days. Right now, I'll probably just be focusing um, on writing notes and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure even where should I write my notes. I kind of like don't have any particular application. Where should I do this? Pum pum pum. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's create a file somewhere. Maybe somewhere where I can access this file. I don't know. So there should be txt. There is none. Okay, so maybe I even can add comments here, right? Yeah, I think we can just add comments and we can write associations right in the code. Why not? I mean, although it will be silly because this project is shared among others, but yeah, why not? Let's go. So we'll start with C major and C intervals. I also don't know, maybe I should just divide minor and major stuff as well. Let me think. Also augmented, diminished, whatever that is. At least I can visually divide them, right? Let's say here. Yeah, I don't know. It would require a lot of rewriting, I guess. Right? Okay, let's leave it like this. I think when we can return when I want. Okay, scroll wasn't working first time. That was weird. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Let's put this thing, and I'm also quite curious what's gonna happen if I do something like this. Let's just try and listen. Will it change our perspective? Oh, hi, Katina. Always nice to see you. Yeah, we can leave it like this. I guess. Maybe we should change it everywhere. Right. C, D, E. Okay, so it starts with F, so C, D, E, F. Let's go to the next page. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's go to the next one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And finally, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, so I suppose it works. Yeah, it should work. All right, so let's save our changes. Let's preview. So yeah, I suppose we can just write some notes according to what I personally feel, and then like the next days we can continue with different yeah, with different scales, I guess. So let's start with page number 1. Okay. Okay, so when I hear this scale, I think the most important thing that I can say. So C major sounds like, I don't know. For me, it's like classic sound. Nothing can be compared to it, I suppose. So I'm just gonna leave classy feeling. Sounds classy, I would say, like this. So I don't have any particular other kind of like feelings. So I suppose it is what it is. And yeah. So let's go to the open intervals. Yeah, it's quite open, positive sound. That can be developed in either direction, like we can go from perfect intervals and develop our melody or whatever, like in major, minor directions. We can add some tension. I think everything would work practically. So if I would characterize this, yeah, probably not quite sure where should I put comments. Probably like right after the new line. Open, positive sound. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next line. It's the same, their same perfect intervals in terms of like note names, but of course they are modified with the keys. So if we're gonna listen to augmented unison, so yeah, whenever you play notes that are quite close, it's almost certainly you hear dissonance or some tension. So augmented unison definitely sounds. So it sounds with lot tension that can be released somehow. I don't think that there is one way how to release such tension, but yeah, I don't think that you also kind of like use such interval a lot, because it's quite difficult to put it in a context, right? Such interval. But yeah, if I would describe it, I would definitely say certainly that it has some tension. So yeah, if we talk about diminished unison, I think yeah, they pretty much sound very similar. Although this one sounds like, I don't know, with even more sadness in it. So yeah, I think such intervals can be quite interesting to include in some, I don't know, some spooky melodies, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't have any other words for it. All right, so let me just, I don't know how should I should I individually comment this thing? Tension, I would say. Yeah, those are for those two. Let's continue with the augmented fourth. So this one, if we take a look at this, oops, sorry. You can hear open, kind of like open interval, open sound, I would say, and here. So yeah, one more time. So yeah, it's kind of like adds a lot more tension still. It's kind of like, it adds more tension. I would say that for some reason it's just, at least I characterized it in this way. So yeah, we're talking about diminished fourth. Although it's kind of like goes from minor interval. I mean, like if we take a look at C minor, right? But it doesn't sound necessarily to me like some minor thing. Maybe I'm kind of wrong, but it sounds something like that would allow you develop further from this interval. I kind of like this sound, to be honest. I don't know. Their sound quite interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to characterize them, to be honest, but yeah. Let's compare with augmented fifth. Yeah, they're kind of like adding more conspiracy feelings, or I don't know, some something that you would question what's gonna happen next. So yeah, I don't know. Intriguing. Yeah, they're definitely intriguing sounds. I mean, I'm talking about isolation, right? Because whenever you put intervals into or you surround them with some other intervals or with some other music sentences, I think you can get completely different. Not, I wouldn't phrase it like completely different, but definitely you would have different results and different feelings. Even if we ask subjectively any person. So yeah, I think those kind of things are kind of like important to keep in mind. All right, so this is what comes to augmented and diminished fifth. I'm not sure what should I write here. Something like this. Maybe just stupid phrasing, but whatever. Like you questioning what's gonna happen next, and it's kind of like intriguing. I'm not sure that I can write this word. Is it? Is it right? Okay, intriguing. Yeah. Yeah, I would put this word. All right, and I think that augmented eighth and diminished eighth can try listen. If we compare to augmented unison, I would say it's has the same feeling, but it's more positive because whenever you increase the kind of like the degree of or octave of a note, and the higher the note, whenever in which and yeah, whenever you play it, it sounds more bright because the sound is higher. So it tends to sound more positive. So yeah, and if we listen to this, yeah, it also sounds very interesting, like diminished unison. And when we raise this C, I'm sorry, like raising in terms of octave, but of course we making a half step down compared to perfect eighth. It still sounds more bright and giving more hope. So how I would call it, like bright tension, something like this. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just trying to characterize those intervals, and then I will compare what I'm gonna feel in different scales with the same intervals, and even in terms of the same scale, but like with different bottom notes, right? Because here it's C major with C intervals, where every interval or each interval starts with C. In the next page, the same C major, but we start with D, and etc. etc. So I'm just trying to understand: is it really there? Are there any similarities, or what do I feel? Right. So I think it's kind of important. Maybe it's overwhelming, but I don't know. I kind of like doing such things. So yeah. All right. So okay. So this is what comes to perfect intervals and their augmented and diminished versions. So let's go to the major second. Yeah. I wouldn't even say that it sounds kind of like major, to be honest. Maybe it's synthesized very poorly, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of conflicting sound. So let's write like this. Let's go to the major third. I think it should be very stable, very bright sound. Yeah, so yeah, it sounds really bright, really positive. Oops. All right. Let's go to the next thing. Sorry, minor third. Okay. Yeah, although it's minor, it not necessarily means that it should sound like sad or have kind of like grieving vibes. Because although it's minor, it sounds really interesting. I don't know. It's gives me feeling of the escape. You know, when you in kind of like difficult situation, but you overcoming something. So it's, yeah, I would say it's overcoming feeling, or I don't know, something like this. Okay, major sixth. Again, it's very positive. Let's compare to major third. Let's compare to minor third. Yeah, it's interesting because when we go from here, it's not the interval that we want to hear after minor third, because after this, yeah, you can use it, but I don't know. You want to either go even like in the direction that you kind of like try to overcome something, but you fail to do this, or you try, right? It's not like, this is not kind of interval that I would necessarily release right after. But this one, it sounds like very positive, bright, like kind of like this one. But this one has more solid feeling rather than this. Because this one, it sounds not very subtle. It's kind of like, I don't know, it feels more vulnerable in a way. I don't know. So bright, positive, and I don't know how to say. Yeah, it's quite difficult to express this feeling. Something like this, I don't know. As major third, I guess. Let's go to the minor sixth. Yeah, this is what I would write after minor third, right? This sounds appropriate if we write after minor third, we play minor sixth. when you try overcome even something more. So yeah. And major seventh. Yeah, it's the same thing that it sounds like that you overcome something, but suddenly something bad happened. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I don't know. It is what it is. So yeah. Um, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy to describe everything. Okay. So yeah, I would say it's sudden sounds, something like this. So yeah. All right, so let's go to augmented seconds. Let's compare it to major second. For me, augmented sounds more stable than major second. So yeah, I think it gives more stability, I would say. So yeah, probably. I don't know. What about diminished? Yeah, it's even less stable than major second. And major second, we told that it's conflicting sound. So I think it's a fair assessment. All right, so all right, so this is what comes to this. Augmented third. Let's compare it to major third. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Right, let's check one moment. Because those two intervals should sound the same. Yeah, I think they sound the same. Alright. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Alright. This one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I glitched a little bit. Wait a second. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I think it gives, I don't know, how did I describe what was it? Major third, bright and positive, right? Yeah, I think we are adding little bit tension to this augmented third. So yeah. Now let's go to the diminished third. Let's compare to minor third. Yeah, I think of course it's less stable than minor third. Alright, so what's next? Augmented sixth. Let's compare it to major sixth. Yeah. Yeah, less stable than major sixth. Diminished sixth, I think it was quite interesting sound, by the way. I think it was quite stable sound. Yeah, what's interesting, it's more stable than minor sixth. For me, at the moment, I don't know. Let's see. Augmented seventh. Oh, it's definitely more stable. Yeah, more bright, more stable than major seventh. For sure. Okay, let's go to the diminished seventh. Yeah. Okay, so when I say more stable, I think it comes to the feeling that it's more stable. How to say? It has more chances to release the tension that was given before. So I'm not quite sure how accurate generally my comments are, but when you write music, it's always subjective, right? You cannot express, or rather you cannot guarantee that what you're experiencing while you're composing, um, that it would, will be perceived by others the same way. It's just an achievable thing. um, of course there are some, even if you agree on certain qualities of the sound, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that it will attract musically in the same way to to random persons. So yeah, I think it's always important to keep in mind, because no matter how you're trying to analyze everything, your analysis is just your analysis, right? I don't think that they're objective or whatever, but right now I'm just trying to focus on my feelings. Maybe people who are listening will be completely disagree with me, but in general I think it's I think it's quite important to focus and be open-minded. And also it's kind of hard work, just routine that um, not necessarily very interesting, but to me it's kind of like is interesting because I can then compare the same intervals, like in this example, in different contexts and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. So what I'm trying to know, maybe I'm thinking, like maybe we can experiment more with C major and C intervals. Um, Maybe we can even do some composing a little bit, just to try uh, reflect what we've done now. I don't know. Let me go to and open one more tab. Let me rename this, or maybe I think it's quite good name. Okay, so let's create two staffs. Oops. All right, so let's say it's with treble clef, and this one with bass clef. All right, so let's do following thing. I would do in the bass line is just C, 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 C. Let's go with time signature just to be more explicit. Oh, something is wrong. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not a string. All right, so yeah. All right. And in in treble clef, let's also stretch the notes a little bit by 2 times. Yeah. All right, so here, if we wanna have, you're gonna start with tension. Let's start with tension immediately, right? So, or maybe we can start with intriguing notes like perfect fourth. So yeah. So it would be F sharp, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let's go here. Yeah, F sharp. Then let's go and create, I don't know, bright tension. I think we immediately will go to the conclusion, like to tonic interval, so to speak. So I'm not quite sure it's what I want to do. Let's go with overcoming feeling. I'm just trying to understand, will it work or not? You know, it's kind of interesting. So yeah. So it goes with E flat. Kind of interesting. Overcome feeling. Let's go with sudden sound. So it's B. And let's, I think we can, yeah, I think we can release somehow. Maybe we even don't need to release in the first measure. Let's go with the just more bright, stable sound. Augmented. So it will be, yeah, I mean B sharp is the C, so technically this is why it's like this. So yeah. All right, let's just try. Quite interesting, I would say. Yeah, it kind of feels like that we are getting somewhere, right? Because it exactly represents what we, well, at least in my head. Yeah, it definitely make more stable sound. Here it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. Is it intriguing? Is it really intriguing sound? Okay, so let's go create new measure. And while it's intriguing, let's say we tried to do sudden sound, but maybe we should try bright positive sound, right? And then like in the next phrase. So it will be C and E. So there will be no E flat, but just E. So let's hear what's gonna happen. Okay, it's getting somewhere, right? We kind of like getting responses. Like the second bar kind of like responds to the first bar. So it's bright, positive, kind of like sound. But if we're gonna try maybe sudden sound, so it doesn't sound more sudden than this one, right? I would say. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So maybe we should try. So, so this is F sharp, right? F sharp. And it's kind of like we tried to do the intriguing note or whatever. We're using perfect intervals. Maybe we should use another perfect interval, but yeah, we kind of like one intrigue, but a bit differently, I would say. Yeah, let's go with G sharp here. Yeah, let's just try and compare. Yeah, it doesn't sound very. Yeah, it sounds less stable. I don't know, less interesting to me. If we're gonna change everything, we should change everything, but here, yeah, I wouldn't do this. But yeah. And it's also quite difficult to continue because right now it's very hard for me to come up with some ideas after this phrase. Maybe we should repeat if yeah, I feel like if you don't have any new ideas, maybe you should just repeat the first bar. Let's repeat the first bar. See how it goes. Yeah, will it sound differently than the first one? Actually, it's quite interesting. Yeah. So maybe we should do here just F. Let's see how it goes. The idea is like, or maybe not F necessarily, but if we, rather than E sharp. So we are increasing this second note. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, it doesn't sound really nice. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just try to. What kind of feeling I want to have here instead? Kind of like releasing, right? Maybe it will be C. Let's go with C. Maybe C5 rather, because it's too low. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. But this, I think it ruins it. Yeah, I don't think that we need to. Yeah, maybe this causes a lot of troubles, you know? Maybe we should add even more tension, or let's say. E flat. Okay, let's go with F. Let's see how it will sound. Yeah. Am I crazy? Does it sound the same? Right. Okay, maybe just create such feeling, I don't know. I also found a bug, I think, yeah. Because if you just try to listen somewhere here, yeah, it doesn't change the height of the editor. This is not good. Can I fix this thing right now? So it's in the editor. I think this is function, right? I thought that it kind of like handles everything, but apparently it does not. Okay, it's not even here, I guess. Okay. Okay, tab selected. That's fair enough. Okay, so I think the best approach would be, where is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I can think. Can I actually... Dun, dun, dun. So what's going to happen? Yeah, we're just adjusting the draw for user screen here. Yeah, I think I need to test it as well. So yeah. Pom pom pom. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Okay. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So yeah, it's gonna like this. Pom pom pom. Yeah, I think it should go everywhere. Here and here, I guess. Yeah, it should work, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay, if we didn't change, I don't think it should necessarily do this. Did I updated this thing? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pause the stream for a bit because I need to start the locally the whole system. So yeah. Alright, so I fixed the bug, so we can reload the page. Yeah, it changes the height, so everything works well now. Right. Okay, so that was productive. Yeah. So yeah, it was just a first try, I guess. I wouldn't call it successful try, but we got some, I think, interesting results here. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this page. Okay, so I don't think it's any serious or whatever. Just I think I I still don't know. I also just didn't have much variations with tempos and or durations of notes rather. So yeah, but but at least it's something. It's not bad for a couple of days. I'm doing this. So yeah. Right. Okay, I would suggest now to move to with D and see how it's different from C intervals. I'm just gonna compare and see how it goes. Alright, so let's go with perfect. Yeah, I think it got more dreamy sound, I think. Yeah, I also would add here that here in the bass we got C notes, which is kind of like limiting, but I don't know, maybe it's definitely possible to come up with some interesting ideas here, but it's just I don't know, maybe this was a mistake, but it's kind of interesting sound. Yeah. Hard to tell. But also, of course, there is how it's called when you use certain progressions when subdominant, like if we're talking about triads, right? Subdominant followed by dominant triad, and it kind of like makes sense. So, yeah, difficult to say. Yeah, I think today as well I started quite late and I'm a bit tired, but yeah, I think I'm quite happy that I streamed today regardless. So maybe it's time to call it a day and just continue my course, not my course, but purchased course that I'm going through and learn more and more. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I also need to continue with this thing in different other scales. But just I'm trying to. Whenever you're doing something, I think it's kind of important to ask the next question: why are you doing something? Of course, it's kind of like interesting to classify different intervals in different scales, but at the same time, I don't know. Is it worth it? Practically speaking, I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. I'm not sure. Just I'm trying to figure out. So yeah. because I don't want to jump into more different stuff or more complex stuff unless I'm really comfortable with intervals and how they sound, what kind of feeling they invoke me, and how I can use them. So I don't know. Another approach would be just to just to go full in, all in, and experiment without any theory. But I don't want to do this. Otherwise, it's just not educational and will be not that interesting to me. All right. So anyway, I guess it's enough for now, and yeah. Tomorrow it will be quite busy day as well, but I really hope that I will start streaming earlier. So we'll see. All right, so thanks, and I think that's about it.